daughter of Leah, whom she had borne to Jacob, went out to visit the women of the region. When Shechem, son of Hamor the Hivite, prince of the region, saw her, he seized her and lay with her by force. And his soul was drawn to Dinah, daughter of Jacob. He loved the girl and spoke tenderly to her. Now Jacob heard that Shechem had defiled his daughter Dinah, but his sons were with his cattle in the field. So Jacob held his peace until they came, and Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out to Jacob to speak with him. Just as the sons of Jacob came in from the field. When they heard of it, the men were indignant and very angry because he had committed an outrage in Israel by lying with Jacob's daughter, for such a thing ought not to be done. But Hamor spoke with them, saying, the heart of my son Shechem longs for your daughter. Please give her to him in marriage. Make marriages with us. Give your daughters to us and take our daughters for yourselves. You shall live with us, and the land shall be open to you. Live and trade in it and get property in it. Shechem also said to her father and to her brothers, let me find favor with you, and whatever you say to me, I will give. Put the marriage present and gift as high as you like, and I will give whatever you ask me. Only give me the girl to be my wife. The sons of Jacob answered Shechem and his father Hamor deceitfully, because he had defiled their sister Dinah. They said to them, we cannot do this thing to give our sister to one who is uncircumcised, for that would be a disgrace to us. Only on this condition will we consent to you, that you will become as we are, and every male among you be circumcised. Then we will give our daughters to you, and we will take your daughters for ourselves, and we will live among you and become one people. But if you will not listen to us and be circumcised, then we will take our daughters and be gone. Their words pleased Hamor and Hamor's son Shechem, and the young man did not delay to do the thing, because he was delighted with Jacob's daughter. Now he was the most honored of all his family. So Hamor and his son Shechem came to the gate of their city and spoke to the men of their city, saying, these people are friendly with us. Let them live in the land and trade in it, for the land is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters in marriage, and let us give them our daughters. Only on this condition will they agree to live among us. to become one people, that every male among us be circumcised, and they are circumcised, as they are circumcised. Will not their livestock, their property, and all their animals be ours? Only let us agree with them, and they will live among us. And all who went out of the city gate heeded Hamor and his son, all who went out of the gate of his city. Dinah's brothers avenged their sister. On the third day, when they were still in pain, two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brothers, took their swords and came against the city unawares, and killed all the males. They killed Hamor and his son Shechem with the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went away. And the other sons of Jacob came upon the slain and plundered the city, because their sister had been defiled. They took their flocks and their herds, their donkeys, and whatever was in the city and in the field, all their wealth, and all their little ones and their wives, all that was in the houses, they captured and made their prey. Then Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, you have brought trouble on me by making me odious to the inland land, to the sides. My numbers are few, and if they gather themselves against me and attack me, I shall be destroyed, both I and my household. But they said, should our sister be treated like a whore? Should our sister be treated as like a whore? To Bethel. God said to Jacob, arise, go up to Bethel and settle there. Make an altar there to the God who appeared to you when you said to his household and to all who were with him, put away the foreign gods that are among you, and purify yourselves and change your clothes, then come. Let us go up to Bethel, that I may make an altar there to the God who answered me in the day of my distress, and has been with me wherever I have gone. So they gave to in the name. As Jacob came to Luz, that is Bethel, which is in the land of Canaan, he and all the people served to him when he fled from his brother and was buried under an oak below Bethel. So it was alone again when he came from Paddan Aram, and he blessed him. God said to him, Israel. God said to him, I am God Almighty, be fruitful and multiply. A nation And a company of nations shall come from you, and kings shall spring from you. The land that I gave to Abraham and Isaac, I will give to you and to your offspring after you. Then poured out a drink offering on it, and poured on chapter, chapter 36. Esau's descendants. Esau's descendants. These are the descendants of Esau, that is Edom. Esau took his wife from the Canaanites, daughter of Anna, son of Zebulun, the eldest daughter, sister of the eldest daughter, sister of Nebaioth, Ada bore Eliphaz to Esau, Ruel, and Oholibama bore Jeush, Jalam unto him in the land of Canaan. Then Esau took his wives, his sons, his daughters, and all the members of his household, his cattle, all his livestock, and all the property he had acquired in the land of Canaan. And he moved to a land some distance from his brother Jacob, for their possessions were too great for them to live together. The land where they were staying could not support them because of their livestock. So Esau settled in the hill country of Seir. Esau is Edom. These are the descendants of Esau, ancestor of the Edomites in the hill country of Seir. These are the names of Esau's sons: Eliphaz, son of Ada, the wife of Esau; Ruel, the son of Esau's wife; Basemath. The sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatham, and Kenaz. Timnah was a concubine of Eliphaz, Esau's son. She bore Amalek to Eliphaz. These were the sons of Ada, Esau's wife. These were the sons of Ruel, Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Missa. These were the sons of Esau's wife Basemath. These were the sons of Esau's wife Oholibama, daughter of Anna, son of Zebeon, and she bore Esau. She bore to Esau Jeus, Jalam, and Korah. Clans and kings of Edom. These are the clans of the sons of Esau, the sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn of Esau, the clans of Teman, Omar, Sebo, Kenaz, Korah, Gatham, and Amalek. These are the clans of Eliphaz in the land of Edom. They are the sons of Ada. These are the sons of Esau's son Ruel. The clans of Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Missa. These are the clans of Ruel in the land of Edom. They are the sons of Esau's wife Basemath. These are the sons of Esau's wife Oholibama. The clans Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. These are the clans born of Esau's wife Oholibama, the daughter of Anna. These are the sons of Esau, that is Edom, and these are their clans. These are the sons of Seir, the Horite, the inhabitants of the land, Lothan, Shobal, Zibion, Anna, Dishon, Izer, and Dishan. These are the clans of the Horites, the sons of Seir in the land of Edom. The sons of Lothan were Hori and Heman, and Lothan's sister was Timnah. These are the sons of Shobal, Alvan, Manahath, Ebal, Shepho, and Onam. These are the sons of Zibeon, Eliah, and Anna. He is the Anna who found the springs in the wilderness as he pastured. These are the children of Anna, Dishon and Oholibama, daughter of Anna. These are the sons of Dishon, Hemda, Eshban, Ithran, and Keran. These are the sons of Ezer, Bilhan, Zavan, and Akan. These are the sons of Dishan, Uz, and Aran. These are the clans of the Horites, the clans Lothan, Shobal, Sibion, Anna, Dishon, Ezer, and Dishan. These are the clans of the Horites, clan by clan in the land of Seir. These are the kings who reigned in the land of Edom before the king reigned over the Israelites. Bela, son of Beor, reigned in Edom. The name of the name of his city being Dinhaba. Bela died, and Jobab, son of Zerah of Bosra, succeeded him as king. Jobab died, and Husham of the land of the Temanites succeeded him as king. Husham died, and Hadad, son of Ebedad, who defeated Midian in the country of Moab, succeeded him as king, the name of his city being Avith. Hadad died, and Samla of Masrekah succeeded him as king. Samla died, and Shaul of Rehoboth and the Euphrates succeeded him as king. Shaul died, and Baalhanan, son of Achbor, succeeded him as king. Baalhanan, son of Achbor, died, and Hadar succeeded him as king, and the name of his city being Pau. His wife's name was Mehetabel, the daughter of Matred, daughter of Mezahab. These are the names of the clans of Esau according to their families and their localities. By their names, the clans Timnah, Alva, Sethet, Oholibama, Ella, Pinon, Kenaz, Teman, Mibzar, Magdiel, and Iram. These are the clans of Edom, that is Esau, the father of Edom, according to their settlements in the land that they held. Chapter 37. Joseph dreams of greatness. Jacob settled in the land where his father had lived as an alien, the land of Canaan. This is the story of the family of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was shepherding the flock with his brothers. He was a helper to the sons of Bilhah and Silpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought a bad report of them to their father. Now Israel loved Joseph more than any other of his children because he was the son of his old age and he had made him a long robe with sleeves. But when his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all his brothers, they hated him and could not speak peaceably to him. Once Joseph had a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. He said to them, "Listen to this dream that I dreamed. There we were binding sheaves in the field. Suddenly my sheep rose and stood upright. Then your sheaves gathered around it and bowed down to my sheep." His brothers said to him, "Are you indeed to reign over us? Are you indeed to Are you indeed to reign over us? Are you indeed to have dominion over us?" So they hated him even more because of his dreams and his words. His brothers said to him, "Are you indeed to reign over us? Are you indeed to have dominion over us?" So they hated him even more because of his dreams and his words. He got another dream and told it to his brothers, saying, "Look, I have heard another dream. The sun, the moon, and 11 stars were bowing down to me." But when he told it to his father and to his brothers, his father rebuked him and said to him, "What kind of dream is this that you have heard? Shall we indeed come, and I and your mother and your brothers and bow to the ground before you?" So his brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept the matter in mind. Joseph is sold by his brothers. Now his brothers went to pasture their father's flock near Shechem. And Israel said to Joseph, "Are not your brothers pasturing the flock at Shechem? Come, I will send you to them." He answered, "Here I am." So he said to him, "Go now, see if brothers and with the flock, and bring word sent him from the valley of Hebron. He came to Shechem, and a man found him wandering in the fields. The man asked him, "What are you seeking?" "I am seeking my brothers," he said. "Tell me, please, where they are pasturing, pasturing the flock." He heard them say, "Let us go to Dothan." So Joseph went after his brothers and found them at Dothan. They saw him from a distance, and before he came near to them, they conspired to kill him. They conspired to kill him. They said to one another, "Here comes this dreamer. Come, let us throw him into one of the pits. Then we shall say that a wild animal has devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams." When he heard it, he delivered him out of their hands, saying, let us not take his life, shed no blood, throw him into this pit, lay no hand on him, that he might rescue him out of their hand and restore him to his father. So when Joseph came to his brothers, they struck, but a sight him to death. Then Judah said to Onan, to your brother's wife, and perform the deed of your brother-in-law to her, raise up offspring for your brother. But since Onan knew that the offspring would not be his, he spilled his semen on the ground whenever he went in to his brother's wife, so that he would not give offspring to his brother. What he did was displeasing in the sight of the Lord, and he put him to death also. Then Judah said to his daughter-in-law Tamar, remain a widow in your father's house until my son Shelah grows up. For he feared that he too would die like his brothers. So Tamar went to live in her father's house. In course of time, the wife of Judah, Shua's daughter, died. When Judah to his sheep shearers, he and his friend Hira the Adullamite. When Tamar was told, your father-in-law is going up to Timnah to shear his sheep, she put she put off her widow's garments, put on a veil wrapped entrance of Enaim, which is on the road to Shelah was grown up, yet she had not been given to him in marriage. When Judah saw her, he thought her to be a prostitute, for she had covered her face. He went over to her at the roadside and said, come, let me come in to you. For he did not know that she was her daughter-in-law. She said, what will you give me that you may come in to me? He answered, while Judah sent the kid by his friend the Adullamite, sent the kid by his friend the Adullamite from the woman, he could not find her. He asked the towns at a name by side, but they said, no prostitute has been here. So he returned to Judah and said, I have not found her. Moreover, the townspeople said, no prostitute has been here. Judah replied, let her keep the things as her own. Otherwise, we will be laughed at. You see, I sent this kid and you could not. You see, I sent this kid and you could not find her. About 3 months later, Judah was told, your daughter-in-law Tamar has played the whore. Moreover, she is pregnant as a result of whoredom. And Judah said, Bring her out and let her be burned. As she was being brought out, she sent word to her father in law. It was the owner of these who made me pregnant. The signet and the cord and the staff. Then Judah acknowledged them and said, She is more in the right than I, since I did not give her to my son Shelah. And he did not lie with her again. When the time of her delivery came, there were twins in her womb while she was in labor. One put out and bound on his hand a crimson thread, saying, This one came out first, but just then he drew back his hand, and out came his brother. And she said, What a breach you have made for yourself. Therefore he was named Perez. Afterward his brother came out with the crimson thread on his hand, and he was named Zerah. Zerah. Joseph and Potiphar's wife. Now Joseph was taken down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, the him from the Ishmaelites who had Joseph, and he became a successful man. He was in the house of his Egyptian master with him, and that the Lord caused all that he did not prosper in his hands. So Joseph found favor in his attended him, he made him overseer of his house and put him in charge of all that he had. From the time that he made him overseer in his house and over all that he had, the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. The blessing of the Lord was on all that he had in house and field, so he left all that he had in Joseph's charge. And with him there he had no concern for anything but the food that he ate. Now Joseph was handsome and good looking, and after a time his master's wife cast her eyes on Joseph and said, Lie with me. But he refused and said to his master's wife, Look with me here. My master has no concern about anything in the house, and he has put everything that he has in my hand. He is not greater in this house than I am, nor has he kept back anything from me except yourself, because you are his wife. How then could I do this great wickedness and sin against God? And although she spoke to Joseph day by day, he would not consent to lie beside her or to be with her. One day, however, when he went into the house to do his work, and while no one else was in the house, she caught hold of his garment, saying, Lie with me. But he left his garment in her hand and fled and ran outside. When she saw when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and had fled outside, she called out to the members of her household and said to them, See, my husband has brought among us a Hebrew to insult us. He came in to me to lie with me, and I cried out with a loud voice, and when he heard me raise my voice and cry out, he left his garment beside me and fled outside. Then she kept his garment by her until his master came home. And she told him the same story, saying, the Hebrew servant whom you have brought among us came into me to insult me. But as soon as I raised my voice and cried out, he left his garment beside me and fled outside. When his master heard the words that his wife spoke to him, saying, this is the way your servant treated me, he became enraged, and Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, the place where the king's prisoners were confined. He remained there in prison, but the Lord was with Joseph and showed him steadfast love. He gave him favor in the sight of the chief jailer. The chief jailer committed to Joseph's care all the prison and whatever was done there, he was the one who did it. The chief jailer paid no heed to anything that was in Joseph's care, because the Lord was with him, and whatever he the dreams of two prisoners. Sometime after this, the cupbearer of the king of Egypt and his baker offended their lord, the king of Egypt. Officers, the chief cupbearer and the chief baker, and he put them in custody in the house of the captain of the guard, in the prison where Joseph was confined. The captain of the guard charged Joseph with them, and he waited on them, and they continued for some time in custody. One night they both dreamed, the cupbearer and the baker of the king of Egypt, who were confined in the prison. Each is thank you, Jesus.